I'm really, really, really tired. All of these prime media, cloud chasing, raven hating, mouth breathers out here, just running off at the mouth about my boy, about our team. Just the disrespect. Let's just get it. Let's go.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. Couch Rider.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect me. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective, from our couch to yours. This is your Couch Rider Raven. It's probably not going to be as original today because they don't got me hot. They got me hot, y'all. They got me hot. Anyway, but if this is your first time here, thanks for coming in. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. I feel like, I've had enough. I went off on a rant on TikTok or whatever. I was so mad I didn't even realize I didn't hear the words on the actual on the TikTok. Anywho, I was just like, I'll get into it in a second, but we'll just start off just seeing who's all here first, just to say hello. Lisa is here, and she's down to business. She says, I like LJ. Stop it with the hate. He deserves respect. Please show him how much he's appreciated. Hey, Jermaine. Hey, girl, what's up? And then she also says, tap that like button. Wilbert is here. He says, go Ravens. He know I can't read. Anyway, my man is here. Cam Rule. What's up?
What's happening?
Chilling. Yeah, I just got to do this motivational moment right quick.
Huh?
About to do this motivational moment.
Go ahead. You can put me on mute. Whatever you got to do, brother. I just parked the car. Go ahead and get minutes.
All right. So when it comes to today's motivational moment, it kind of ties into the show. Quality. It's not an act. It's a habit. It's not one act that completely culminates you as a person. It's act upon act upon act that determines habits. You have to continue to be consistent when it comes to habit. Because those actions, those one acts, turn into two acts, to three acts. They turn into chapters in your story, in your book, which determines who you are, what's your book going to look like. That's your motivational moment. Let's see who we got here. We got anybody else here? Wilbur said, he said, go Ravens, not go crime bands. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, something about Chili Mac or something. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. That's what we're going to go with. So now that we are here, Camru is doing something weird with his camera.
I'm walking.
He's walking. He's walking. All right, folks. So I can't repeat the amount of frustration. I can't tell you the amount of frustration I had like the other day when I saw this on Speak, or I saw this video on Speak, and it was talking about who's the Chiefs' biggest threat for them to not reach the three-peat or something like that, or who's in the way for them, who's the only team that's in their way. And I'll just play it for you because I was so hot. I just went off on this tangent and spoke how I felt. I'm gonna just get straight to it. I ain't even in the right uniform for this, but the video I just saw on Speak was full on disrespectful. The question was the Ravens the biggest threat in the AFC to the Chiefs? And the question was completely ignored by every single one of them because they chose to make it a full-on nut-hugging session. Joy Taylor, all of them. Acho, Shady, all of them was full-on nut-hugging. I'm going to call it like it is, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it on Monday on my show because they don't got me hot.
question is the Ravens the biggest threat? One of them said the Chiefs was the biggest threat to the Chiefs. The other one said he was a full-on homer, and he said he was the Bengals fan, and the Bengals are the biggest threat to the Chiefs because they beat them once and got to the Super Bowl and lost. Then somebody had the nerve to come out their mouth and say Houston was the biggest threat to the Chiefs. But what did the Ravens do last year? They beat Houston. Right. They beat Joe Burrow. I don't care if he got injured or not. He's still on the team. They made plenty of excuses. We made plenty of excuses when Lamar was hurt. But guess what? We lost in the playoffs. We beaten the Chiefs before. Hadn't been on the biggest stage. But we are the biggest threat to the Chiefs. And they refuse to acknowledge that because they want to show love to Houston. Because they want to nut hug the Chiefs like they've been doing all off season. I cannot wait until week 1. It's on.
Anyway, so what's happening right now on media? This is Lamar Jackson and Ravens hating season right now. This is the prime opportunity for everybody to take a shot at the Ravens, to run off at their mouths about one of the best teams in the NFL and not give us our flowers. This is absolute malarkey. This is just people trying to get clout. This is people trying to hate on this team and not recognize that they were just in the AFC Championship. They were in the AFC Championship, and if it wasn't for a couple of plays, if it wasn't for a pass interference type play in the end zone, if it wasn't for this play, we're in the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for one bonehead play by a wide receiver who we love, we're in the Super Bowl. These things, they are choosing to pick and choose. They're picking and choosing why the Ravens aren't elite or why Lamar Jackson isn't elite. Both of those, okay, one was a bonehead decision by our quarterback, and the other one was a call made by a gambler, by Zay Flowers. There were other factors that tied into this game as to why we lost the game. Coaching was one of those. Lamar Jackson had some decisions that he made that were tough, and they were part of that. Zay Flowers made a decision that was part of that. The referees were a huge piece of why the Ravens weren't in the Super Bowl. But don't sit there and try to put it all on the quarterback. Say the Ravens, well, one saying the Ravens aren't elite, or saying that Lamar Jackson is an elite based off of that. But this is a 2-time MVP, and the only thing that they can say out their mouths is that Lamar Jackson in playoff games. That's the only argument they're going to have the entire regular season. Every time he bowls a team out, oh, can he win in the playoffs? That's a tired headline. It's a tired excuse. It's a tired fallback. We need to just go ahead and figure out, like, hey, this dude's doing great right now. Let's appreciate that. Let's look at what he's doing right now and get his man his flowers and say, hey, look, he is changing the game. He is significantly making the quarterback position dual threat and making people want their own Lamar Jackson. He opened the door for these players. He opened the door for your C.J. Stroud. He opened the door for your Jalen Hurts. This guy's the one who opened the door for these guys. Vic looked great, but Lamar was able to do it better. He was able to do it better and gain 2 MVPs off of this. And you're going to disrespect him and say he's not elite, but you're going to say C.J. Stroud's elite right now. You're saying Jordan Love is elite right now, but you're saying Lamar is not elite because he couldn't win a playoff game. Didn't C.J. Stroud just lose the playoff game? Didn't Jordan Love just lose the playoff game? And y'all want to put Herbert in the elite category. Guess how many playoff games Herbert has won? Zilch, none. Nathaniel, Nautica. He has won none. Dan Marino. We can talk about history. You want to go backwards? Dan Marino, 8-10 in the playoffs. Peyton Manning, first 5 years of his career, 0-3 in the playoffs. These guys turned out to be great. They both turned out to be Hall of Famers. But yet you want to completely disrespect Lamar and say, you know what, Joe's that guy. Joe Burrow's that guy because he beat the Chiefs 3 times and they only beat him once. And he beat him in the playoffs and got to the Super Bowl. And he's got more 400-yard games in the first 3 years than anybody else in their career. Okay. He is a solid quarterback. I will give him that. But can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy. And this year, that's going to be a big factor. This man does not stay healthy. Where's your Joe Burrow now? Now, if we're talking about Josh Allen, Josh Allen is 500 in the playoffs right now. Ours under 500, but Josh Allen is 500 in the playoffs right now. I talked about him last season. Hey, he's going to be great. Oh, he's better than Lamar. Let's see how he does this year because he doesn't have a Stephon Diggs. And we remember how he was without a Stephon Diggs. He was very much, if not kind of subpar. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, here we go. Let's pay some bills. Now, Lisa says, my birthday is in 10 days. I was picking out my birthday present last night. I don't shop that off. Okay. All right. When your birthday gets here, we will definitely shout you out and say, happy birthday. We love you, girl. All right. Whoever says they got you triggered, the Ravens aren't even the best. Oh, gosh. Here you go. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's one of the toughest divisions to be in. It is the toughest, but I'd say it's the toughest division in the NFL because we got some dogs. Pittsburgh got some dogs. There are people or there are teams in this division. They got just about everything they need to be successful. They got good defense. They got great run game. They got good, decent quarterbacks. This is a competitive division. I'm not going to disrespect the Browns and say they're not a factor because they are. I say they have either the top one or top two defense in football. I mean, they're up there. But so are we. We still got dogs. Yeah, we had coaching changes, but we still got dogs. Pittsburgh, solid defense. They don't know who they have at quarterback because right now, if you got two quarterbacks, guess what? You have zero. You have two starting quarterbacks. You have no starting quarterback. When it comes to the Bengals, if Joe can stay healthy, I'd be curious to see what that defense looks like this year. Sure, Geno Stone's there, but he's not going to be what he was for us because we gave him the ability to roam freely and do what he does because we rocked in that 3 safety system, and now he's in a different spot. We're going to see if he's going to be just as successful. All right, Cam, what you got, man?
I ain't got nothing. I was running around while you was talking.
All right, so
I ain't got nothing. I'm just listening, brother. Sorry.
Let's start off with the whole conversation from Speak. They were talking about teams that are in the way of the Chiefs getting to their three-peat. Well, one person, he was a homer, and he said the Bengals are the only team in the way of Chiefs getting to the three-peat. Then another cat said the Chiefs are the only threat of them getting to three-peat because the Chiefs on a whole different astronomical level, apparently, than the Ravens and anybody else in the league. Then somebody just say, you know what? It's not even the Ravens. And I've heard this multiple times. They said it's not the Ravens when it comes to even the power rankings. They put Ravens at number 6 on the power rankings and said Houston has the best opportunity or is the team that is in the way of the Chiefs getting that three-peat. They are the main team that's going to stop them from getting the three-peat. I'm like, yeah, it's just, they drive me to drink, bro. I swear, I'm just going to have to go and do it. God, I get that purple, just purple Mountain Dew. So what are your thoughts on Acho and Shady and Joy and all them just constantly riding on the Chiefs nuts this entire offseason?
I don't know, man. As far as I'm not surprised we weren't even picked to make the playoffs last year. But you know what's funny? What's sad to me is how we're always overlooked. But as long as when Lamar is healthy, the only reason I say that is because of the times he's been injured. Even when he's healthy, we're in the hunt for the number 1 record every year. There's not one year that we haven't had a winning record when he's playing, and I pray that continues. But other than that COVID year, we've been and even during that time, we were in the hunt to have the number one seed in some form or fashion. The first year he got injured, 8-3. The year he was 2022 season, I think we were 8-3 again, and then he went down. What up, Engrave? I'm still trying to get on my computer, bro. That's why I'm still on my phone.
Which he's Engrave is just basically saying that in the words of Cam, Houston Texans are the new. He said that's why everyone loves them, and they are
Yeah,
nice
of course.
and stacked. They are
But
stacked.
they got the sexy pick. The sexy pick is picking up a receiver. That's always the sexy pick. You pick up a all pro receiver. You know, that's another. I was getting ready to go into something else. That's another thing for another conversation as far as when they always talk about Lamar not having he's this what some type of quarterback, or he's not even in the top 5 in most rankings for top quarterback or whatever. And yeah, he got number 1 picks, but out of all these top 5 quarterbacks, he's the only one that has never had an all-pro receiver and has 2 MVPs. So only quarterback that actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to the left, but let me get this off my chest. Other than Patrick Mahomes, there should be nobody before. You can, if you want to be a Josh Allen fan, that's fine. Josh Allen's not better than Lamar, and he's had an all-pro receiver for 4 years.
So what you're saying is this list is absolute nonsense.
Trash.
Absolute trash. I mean,
trash.
let's just go down this list right, because I got a little bit of hate for a few of these folks. I'm gonna just go ahead and call it what it is. This is my little hate list. Everybody else been hating. This is my opportunity to go on hate. It's the haters' ball. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, we got. I'm gonna show you something right quick. This here was the graphic for the show tonight. Look, if you look on the left, you got Schlereth. You got Stephen A, of course, right in the middle, because he always hating on Lamar. And then, of course, the man who's just been born out the womb to just say something just terrible about Lamar is Asho. So, yeah, I had to make that graphic today, folks. You're welcome.
It's a sad.
Oh my gosh.
It's a sad. You could at least made them all men. Oh my God. This is
I was pissed off. I was like, women, okay.
This is hard. But yeah, they never gonna get. We weren't even supposed. I don't even think we was picked to go to the playoffs last year, and then we had the best record. But we've always had a winning record when Lamar's playing, and we always been in the hunt since Lamar's been playing. Right. So, again, like we wouldn't have made the playoffs without him in his rookie year. But yet he still is not even thought about as one of the top quarterbacks.
Yeah. So look at this list. Like, I mean, we can start at the top of the list. Brock Purdy, his career worst NFL game was against the Baltimore Ravens. He had 4 picks on Christmas. He got his cookies stolen and the milk. The tree went up the chimney. It was bad. Christmas was taken from this guy, and yet they got him above Lamar. All that.
How many Pro Bowl receivers he got?
Huh?
How many Pro Bowl receivers?
He got some dogs. He got some
Pro Bowl tight end
dogs. I mean, between Ayuk and Debo and Kittle.
I'm just asking for a friend. That's what I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? He got some absolute dogs there. And you telling me on the biggest stage on Christmas, I ain't saying the biggest stage, but it was a pretty daggone big stage in front of America, you get completely dismantled by the Ravens defense. I mean, right now, we talking about, everybody talks about Harbaugh and Purdy look alike. Look, there's a 3-way joint custody going on right now between John Harbaugh, the Ravens defense, Kyle Hamilton. They all, this dude's dead. And you telling me he the number 2 quarterback in the league. All that showed me is that he can beat an NFC team. He can't beat the AFC because we got dogs here. We got dogs here, and Brock Purdy can't beat the Baltimore Ravens because this defense is just that good, and that lets me know that you don't deserve to be at the top if you can't cross over the conference line and say, hey, I can get W's against one of the toughest teams out there. Brock, that's one of the guys, 4 picks in one game. That's one piece of hate. The next hate is Josh Allen. Like I said, 5-5 in the playoffs. This dude had 167 touchdowns, but he's also got 137 turnovers. 137 turnovers. A
They still
5-5
say Josh
playoff
Allen better
record.
than Lamar, though. They still
Huh?
say Josh Allen better than Lamar.
You think he's better than Lamar?
They still say he better than Lamar. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's what
saying.
I'm saying. It don't make sense. Make it make sense as to why they're trying to put these guys on this pedestal, but they don't bring out their flaws the way they poke holes at Lamar. Shady tried to make up for it on the other day on Speak, but he was also out there hating on Lamar and bragging on the Chiefs when all of them was all nut hugging the other day on the Chiefs and stuff. So I don't want to hear it from Shady trying to make up for it. He was on the hate bandwagon as well. All right, so the next spot, Joe Burrow. All right, so here's Joe's entire career right now, his record. He's 29 and 22 and 1 as a starter. That's his career win-loss record. 3-1 versus the Chiefs. Like I say, he's able to beat the Chiefs. But Joey can't stay healthy. They put all this on his back. Oh, he got there. He got to the Super Bowl. He did it one time. He got to the Super Bowl one time after beating Patty. But that doesn't show consistency. That's not to say, hey, he can do that again. Because look, the teams in the NFL, they get better every year. They get more consistent every year.
How many Pro Bowl
I don't think
receivers
Joey's from the top of that stack.
How many Pro Bowl receivers he got?
Oh yeah, he got some dogs. he got 3 dogs.
I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
He had 3 dogs. He had Boyd. He had Higgins. And then of course Jamar Chase. Like, oh my goodness, that dude's all world. I mean, Lamar good?
I'm just saying. I just need to know how many Pro Bowl receivers he got, because the only one on that list that's before him that didn't have any Pro Bowl receivers is CJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I got love for everybody on that list. I need Lamar to get his just due. And
all right, let's hear what
only
Big
other
Red
person that's
said.
going to the Hall of Fame that's on that list,
Mm-hmm.
other than Lamar, right now that has had a Hall of Fame career, is Patrick Mahomes. Nobody else has had a Hall of Fame career on that list, other than Patrick Mahomes, is Lamar Jackson. Everybody else has not had a Hall of Fame career. Just because you went to the Super Bowl does not mean that you've had a Hall of Fame career.
Everybody in the chat,
a team effort. I'm sorry.
Everybody in the chat, hey, do me a favor. Give Big Reds the skibbity paps. Give him the hands, because this comment is out of pocket.
What did he say?
He said, "Let's be honest. Lamar is not as good as you guys boost him up to be. He's a running back with a halfway decent arm who can't read."
That?
Big Red.
Big Reg?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reg.
Really? I don't know what's going on over there, man.
How you feeling?
You just get that whole line of coke over there, right? Got some on your nose.
How you feeling, Reg? Really?
Get this man the skibbity paps. Give him the slaps.
Oh, man, Reg.
He gets all the slaps today.
Wow.
He said Big Red just trolling. All right. So, of course, then Wilbur here, he's doubled up with the shade here. He says Brock Purdy and CJ above Lamar. Bahaha. They got Lamar close to Dak. This is hilarious. Whoa. Hold up. What you saying? You saying, okay, Lamar
even Wilbur don't believe that.
Farther away from Dak, right?
Even Wilbur don't believe that, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was like, man, wait a minute. But Dak, he done lost 41 total career games. Lamar has lost how many? 19? Let's see here. Brooks says Burrow didn't even do anything last year, so why is he so high? Didn't we curb stomp Baby Harps? Yes. I went off about that for a good couple minutes. Lisa says LJ should be number 1. And I've seen a couple podcasts that actually put Lamar as number 1.
I ain't heard one podcast that put Lamar number 1. Now, I would like to hear one. That'll make me feel good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard one.
I've heard one, and it started a huge argument because it was one of the guys from FS1 going, I think he was talking to one of his homeboys, but he was trying to embarrass his own homeboy on the set for saying that Lamar was number 1. So I'll get you a copy of that one. They blew up at each other.
He was just saying it just to say it. He was trolling, or what he was.
I think he was actually legit believing Lamar is the number 1 quarterback because of the versatility, because he does things that other quarterbacks can't do. And Pat Pat's always had Kelsey. Pat has had, a pretty solid defense to help carry him, and he's always had something to where he could. I mean, don't get me wrong, Pat is,
Well,
is phenomenal.
this has been a really other than his rookie in his second year. This has been the only year they had a really truly solid defense. I think that one year that they had the best record, that he won the MVP
Mm-hmm.
when they had Justin Houston. That was probably the second best defense that Mahomes has had. I'm not taking nothing from Mahomes. I think he's number one right
Mm-hmm.
now because he does have three NFL three NFL, three Super Bowls. But other than that, Lamar's 1-1. Patrick Mahomes to me and Aaron Rodgers is like it. Before the Green Bay
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers was like the best in the world. I think Mahomes is just 2.0, like with the legs.
Yeah, and the
So
thing is they keep
I'm not
putting.
taking that
Actually,
away.
this list
I
here didn't
never
even
take that
have.
away from Mahomes,
Yeah,
huh?
this didn't even have Aaron Rodgers on the list. Like all these other lists, I've been
Yeah,
putting
if he was
even
still like,
putting Pat Mahomes and then Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, you know what, Aaron. Even before he went to the Jets, he did not have such a great season his last year in Green Bay.
yeah,
Like,
but I
and you
mean,
still want to put him
he's a
at
Hall
number
of
two.
Famer. Like this is all future. This is all anybody that's played that hasn't played over 10 years. Like this should be the list. Mahomes did. I mean, Aaron did his time, but my whole point is that by the time, and this is just good by the by the organization. By the time Mahomes started, you had a Pro Bowl tight end, you had a Pro Bowl receiver. By that, because the year before that, Tariq Hill was he had went to the Pro Bowl twice on special teams. That year Mahomes started, he was a Pro Bowl, he became a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah, he started learning the route
So
tree, realizing
yeah,
that hey, I don't
he
want y'all
was
to use me
already
as gadget players and all that.
he was a problem. He was a problem the year before that. He just wasn't a Pro Bowl receiver. He wasn't recognized as a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yep.
So all right. So all I'm saying is everybody on that list. C.J. Stroud went to the Pro Bowl this year. I mean, that's C.J. Stroud. Nico. What's his name? Nicole. I can't
Nico
pronounce.
Collins?
No, the wide receiver for Houston.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. He was a
Yeah.
Pro Bowl receiver this year, right?
Right.
But C.J. Stroud obviously didn't. This is C.J. Stroud out of anybody on that list. He was the only one other than Lamar that didn't have a Pro Bowl receiver. Josh Allen wasn't accurate until he got a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah,
They had
that's
to get
true.
Stephon Diggs. He
Very
was
true.
not, and he still to this day is not super accurate. He's not. He has a huge arm. He's another version of Cam Newton, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think he's better than Lamar. I don't think Joe Burrow is better than Lamar. Joe Burrow, because Cincinnati has been trashed for so many years, you getting top. You getting top shelf athletes at receiver. Chase is one of one. You know what I mean? T. Higgins should have been a first rounder. You lucky you got him. You got him first pick in the second round. So both of them, are Pro Bowl receivers. It's 1A, 1B. Both of them are Pro Bowl receivers. It's not, you can't take nothing away from that. But you can't tell me that, Joe, you went to the playoffs twice. They had two decent seasons, and you better than Lamar. Like, I don't understand this. Like, I'm not getting it. That it's only like Cincinnati is the only team. Okay, styles make fights. Cincinnati has beat Kansas City more times than Baltimore has, but guess what? Cincinnati has not beat us more times. I know we in the same division, but
Mm-hmm.
still in all, the point is what the point is. I mean, everybody. I think every team there has gotten. I think we got better, even though it doesn't look like that because we lost so many players.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going on my computer. I should be clicking over soon.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right,
I'm
so
gonna
I'm
go
just going
to.
here and just read a couple of these here. Adit says, forgot about Purdy. He should be above Hurts at this moment. And I agree that Purdy and Hurts, I think that's a good argument, a good conversation to have. Just not today because it's about Lamar. I'll be honest. I don't care where they go. I just know Lamar should be above them. Because right now, Purdy, we had a small sampling, and he lost on a pretty big stage to us. That should be Lamar above Purdy. Yeah, he made it to the Super Bowl, but the NFC, I'll be honest, they're easy. The NFC is easy to walk through versus the AFC. You got to be a dog to walk to the AFC. And we came in and walked into the championship. Take this off screen. So, yeah, you got to be a dog to walking through the entire AFC. NFC's a little bit easy right now. Then, let me go back through. Let's talk about Dak Prescott. Like I said, Dak, you know, some people have been putting Dak above Lamar. But honestly, when it comes down to it, this dude's 2-5 in the playoffs. Lamar 2-4. He 2-5. But you putting him above Lamar. This dude was 73-41 as a starter. Is that better than Lamar? How was that better than Lamar? You had an all-star defense as well. And Pro Bowl type receivers. A lot of them. But you better than Lamar. No, you're not that. No, you're not. Like I said, Brock Purdy benched for Christmas. You know, ran to that buzzsaw. You know, we can go into a couple others here. Like I said, I talked about Justin Herbert. This dude's 30-32 as a starter, but people want to talk about how much better he is than Lamar. And this dude, he's got 94 touchdowns. It's the second most by a quarterback in the first 3 seasons of his career. But the reason is because he's playing from behind. He don't know how to strike first. He can come back later. So people want to sit here and talk about Justin Herbert. Dude got 0 playoff wins. And I'm sick of him being placed above Lamar on just about every daggone ranking system. Oh, that was all last year before this talk. This year, it's not showing up as much. You'll see people sprinkle in Justin Herbert here and there. But he is not that dude. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just telling it like it is. Herbert is not that dude. What are your thoughts there? Oh, yeah. What you eating?
Some salad. Waiting for my pasta to be getting ready.
He on that salad.
What up, Brooke? Yo, make sure y'all go vote for your boy.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I forgot about that. Hey, get this guy an opportunity to basically do an album. You said do an album with Busta Rhymes?
I'm number 6 right now. The top 20 get advanced to the finals. They have an opportunity to be on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine with Busta, and I open up for him.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's cool.
So I'm in the top 20, and then whoever the winner is obviously gets the opportunity to open up for him and perform. And I think it's in Houston, Texas.
All right, so yeah, make sure you go out there and vote. We'll go ahead and put the link in the description of the video. So y'all make sure y'all come back and click on the video description. We'll make sure it's put in there. Here we go. Lisa says, "Isn't Dak a spoiled little brat, y'all?" I think media makes him more. They talk a little bit more for him than he does the talking. I honestly, I respect Dak. You know, he's from Louisiana, so you know, like this cat. But I think the media keeps trying to bump him up higher than he's actually doing any bumping and stuff. So,
because that storm is out his helmet.
Yeah. So Wilbert says, if we're able to completely be honest, Pat Mahomes has got lucky. He throws a lot of prayer balls and gets bailed out. Lamar doesn't get bailed out. His receivers drop passes. I've been saying this kind of since the beginning of the career of Jordan Love's career. I said Pat Mahomes drives quarterback coaches crazy because he takes chances that would get you benched if you was playing high school ball, college ball. He does some unorthodox things that coach would be like, "No, you come over here and you sit down and think about that because you don't run right and throw back across your body left. You know, you don't do these type things that Mahomes is doing. Lamar, he's done it a few times too, but not as crazy as Mahomes. He's doing trick passes. He's doing all types of crazy throws that and some of his footwork's unorthodox. Some dude went on a podcast yesterday and blasted Lamar about dropping his elbow too low. He made a whole 30-minute video about Lamar's mechanics and how they're off. And he took every single mistake from this MVP season and tried to put it on a pedestal and say, hey, Lamar is not that, not a good quarterback.
I mean, listen here. When you good at something, when you great and you different, you just great and different.
Yeah.
Like, you can't teach what Lamar does. You can't teach what Mahomes does. You can't teach what Aaron Rodgers does.
Yeah, you can't. It's just like Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, there's a reason they call him Magic, because there was no technical aspect to it based on what they did back in the day. His passing ability was magic. It wasn't fundamental. It was just simply, hey, this was off the cuff. This is him making things happen in motion or whatever. And that's how Lamar kind of operates. That's how Pat operates. He's not the prototypical statuesque type quarterbacks that's going to sit there and take they might have to go throw it underhand sometime. They might have the helicopter ball. Nobody said anything about Brett Favre when he did the helicopter ball. They didn't give him crap about it. They thought it was great. But Lamar has a little bit of a wobble, and people lose their mind.
For some apparent reason, and I don't know. I don't want to just say because he's a black quarterback, because it's like a million black quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is black. And it's just because Lamar is different, and he's one of one. Nobody's seen anybody like him. He's the best dude quarterback that's ever played the game. He's just different, and they just find it's dropped. This past 2 weeks has dropped me crazy. Like, I called you upset. Like, I don't even get upset about stuff like this before. I just use it as fuel, but it's just like at some point in time, it's like a little annoying. Like,
yeah,
bro, when y'all gonna give him y'all keep moving the goalposts on him, like, oh, well, what, he can't do this, or he can't do that, or he can't do this, he can't do that. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Whatever the dude is that played offensive lineman.
Schlereth?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Mark Schlereth.
Yeah, he said all of this stuff about Lamar. Then you talking about you ain't developed the receivers. First of all, I understand what he's saying, that as a quarterback, you help develop the receivers. But a receiver needs to develop himself at the same time. This man has been through 3 different coordinators. His rookie year, he came in saving people jobs. He went 7-1.
Yeah.
We wasn't even sniffing the playoffs. Next year, you unanimous, winning the MVP when you have, again, not one Pro Bowl receiver. And you got a rookie receiver that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. And then you go back into comparison, Herbert had dogs to throw to, and he still got his coach fired.
All day. Next year is COVID. Okay. Then 2 years, you talking about, like, and then you talking about the fact that they drafted 3 good rookie receivers. Unfortunately, Bateman hasn't been healthy. And then Hollywood didn't want to be here. The only one that really showed up that really was that dude was Zay. That was last year. Each year, this dude has gotten better and better. But he's not giving he's not giving the thing that bothers me. He does not get the just due. And then just today, they asked Joe Burrow, like, what's the order? Who do you think is going to be? What's the order? You could say Cincinnati's the best team, or make.
Yeah, who's going to run the North, basically?
Who's going to run the North? He said Cincinnati, and I don't care about the rest. Yeah. It's just the way he said it. Like, it's just arrogant. Joe Burrow has always came off arrogant.
We expect that type of thing.
He just come off mad arrogant. So if Lamar came up and said something like that,
it'd have been a headline for weeks,
bro. That would kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just annoying. At some point in time, it's like, when you gonna give this man give him his flowers. Like, he's had if you compare him to Peyton Manning, that's a Hall of Famer. He's done the same thing in the playoffs. But what he's done that Peyton Manning has not done, he's got 2 MVPs way before Peyton did. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta give the man give him some type of damn credit. Like, damn, like, come on.
It's like, I wonder if, like, Marino caught this type of crap because the dude's 8-10 in the playoffs. Like, he had to caught some type of smoke like this, but nothing at this level.
Doubt it.
because of the one technology. I think
Yeah.
Twitter is such
You're
a
still talking. You still can find it in the books. It's just that I doubt it.
it's just he caught he caught some smoke, but he didn't catch it. He didn't catch it like Lamar. Lamar catching it like this is the last 2 weeks have been hectic. I tweeted what's his name, Schlereth, and told him, I was like, look, you're welcome. I was like, you need to thank Lamar. Go on his timeline and say, hey, thanks, because you got money, you got your pockets line, because you just came out your mouth and mentioned Lamar's name. Like he did that for clout. He got his own clout up because of that now. It's like I was like, this is ridiculous of how much hate this dude is catching. But I was like, okay, it's not just him. It was, of course, it was Shady. It was the entire Speak cast. It was ESPN. Like as a whole, they all just coming after Lamar left and right. Now, the one thing they say out their mouth that every show they want to say, oh, he can't win in the big game. He can't win in the playoff game. That if they, it's like that's the only thing they can fall back on. No matter how well he does this season, if he takes down another third MVP, he takes down a third MVP again unanimously, because this one should have been unanimously as well.
I think,
like, where's the love?
I think Joy said it best. She's like, I don't know how y'all call this a bad season, or y'all say he can't win in the playoffs when the only team that stops you from getting to the playoffs is the Chiefs.
Facts.
And did he play his best game in that game? No. But was that game coached the best? No. We had 38 light boxes. The box was light for 38 plays with light boxes. Guess how many times we ran the ball when it was 38 light boxes?
6?
Nope.
How many?
1.
Oh, we ran it once. Okay.
We ran the ball 1 time.
Yeah.
Other than that, they threw the ball.
But it was like 6 times total we ran the ball, right?
6 times total. For the game, we ran the ball.
That was ridiculous. And you saw that Gus, when he broke off on his run, it was a 16-yard run. I think you froze.
I don't know. Yeah, I froze.
Yeah. So then it's like, okay, here's this was on, I want to say Sam Acho had this to say on ESPN. He says, but
that's his brother.
Insane conversation. Sorry, I'm hearing yelling. Nutty daughter.
Is that his brother? I'm sorry, brother. Is that his brother?
Yeah, that's his brother. That's his brother. Okay, so yeah, he says, he was like, it's a crazy conversation, but he's already willing to coin Jordan Love and Stroud as elite. But in the same breath, they said, oh, Lamar's not elite because he can't win the playoff because he can't get to the Super Bowl, but they're willing to crown Jordan Love and CJ Stroud as elite. I'm like, make it make sense. You're saying Lamar's not elite because he hadn't got to a Super Bowl, but you're saying Jordan Love and CJ Stroud are elite based off of what? I don't get it.
But I'm not trying to, again, I got love for all of them, but I ain't going to throw no shade, but I hope they're able to do it this season. Like, you got to be able to do it again.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like, wait a minute, he just beat CJ Stroud. Yeah. Jordan Love is in the NFC, which I refer to as, I'm going to be honest, they dog water. Everything except for the Niners over there is basically trash.
And they almost beat them. I give them that. Like, but I'm not going to knock Jordan Love or CJ, but
I think they up and coming.
I don't think
like where the game's at right now.
At one particular time they can be, but not after having one good season. You need to get a resume going. Like they ain't got no. It's just funny how the resume always say Mahomes and Josh Allen or Mahomes and Joe Burrow. It's not Mahomes and Lamar. It just doesn't, to me, factually, it doesn't make any sense. When the only thing y'all trying to calculate is the fact of what they did against Mahomes in the playoffs.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they're looking at
the rest of the season still means something. Yeah. It's just I don't care how you lay it down. The rest of the season still means something, B. Mm-hmm. It still means something. Don't make it like,
I think the reason that they tried to even say about these dudes was because the fact that both of them had significantly Like they have passing offenses. Let's just call it. Both of them went over 4,000 yards this year. Lamar was sitting at about 36 plus the extra 800.
Yeah, 38. Yeah, 38 this year.
800 rushing, which is luxury yards, whatever like that. But they trying to say based on them throwing 4,000 yards and an offense is set up for the pass that is significantly set up more for the pass than what we do here. And they're going to say that they're on his level now, or they're better than him because of the fact that they throw more.
Who is?
Oh, who is this? This is Emmanuel Acho, who's the one who's saying this mess. Oh, not Emmanuel. Sam Acho. Sam.
That they're better than Lamar because they threw over 4,000 yards?
Yeah, they're basically trying to coin them.
Yards,
it's like you got a sample size.
You ain't got no other choice but to throw the ball.
And then the thing is, people watch tape. People watch tape.
I mean, when they watch for Green Bay, hold on. When Aaron Jones went out for Green Bay, they had no running game.
Yeah.
They had no running game for a long time when Aaron Jones went out.
So they had to throw.
Huh?
So they had to throw. So them yards is going to stack up. Where's the W's? You know? That's what I'm saying. Where's the W's?
I'm dying.
Because Jordan Love, 9-8 as a starter. CJ? I got 9-6, and we got to fact check that one. But it's showing 96 here when I went and Googled it.
I think they was 10.
Was he out a game or something?
CJ missed two. He missed 2 games because he was injured. He had a concussion.
Okay, so 9-6 as a starter. That's accurate.
Yeah, he got a concussion. He had a concussion against the Jets, and he was out for 2 weeks.
So the wins, they not as there as Lamar's. You know, his resume, lifetime resume, is a lot longer than these guys. But people watch tape. People watch tape. When they see CJ Stroud out there, they're going to be reviewing his tape from this past season. They're going to see his weaknesses. They're going to see that he actually throws at the flat-footed safety that runs up, and then he throws them picks because of the fact that he's not looking off that safety. They're going to capitalize on that. You're going to see him make more mistakes this season. And they're not going to have him on this high pedestal by week 5 because people would have figured him out by then. With Lamar, it don't matter. You can try and figure him out. This man is going to ball. In the second year of this offense with Todd Monken, it's going to get even better. Because year 1, here we go to a championship game. Monken just says, hey, I go to championships. That's what I do. He did it in Georgia 2 years straight. Then he comes into the NFL and says, oh, no problem. It's just another big stage. I'm taking y'all to a championship. We're going again. All right, so here's Deet. He says, off topic somewhat, but didn't Dobbins just drop a diss track of Gus and they're still teammates now?
What? They robbed him?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to get my pasta.
Oh, my gosh. Yo, I might have to go find this somewhere. Oh, because you know Gus can't rap. He got a couple of albums out there, but it's terrible. The boys, he need to stick to running the ball. And then Dobbins, I don't even know if Dobbins got these. I ain't never heard Dobbins rap, but oh my gosh. If they got a Kendrick Lamar and Drake, they got the Kendrick versus Drake stuff going on. Oh my gosh. BBL Gussie. Oh gosh.
They won't get I don't want to hear this.
All right. So Brooks says, I like CJ a lot, and he's not a hater. He gives props. I think he's going to be a force going forward. Yes, we did hear him give Lamar some love and some big-time props when it came to his own personal top 5. Listen, he put himself in there as number 3. But, hey, that's confidence in himself, and I like how he came out this past season. He did pretty well. He did pretty well. CJ Stroud.
He made himself
on the podcast, and he gave Lamar props and put Lamar at number 2. Put Pat at number 1. Put himself at number 3. I think he put Burrow in there at 5, but I can't remember who was 4. It might have been Jalen Hurts. I feel like it was more of an African supported list outside of Joe Shiesty. But, but he was still like, hey, putting the ballers out there, and he had the top 3, probably top 2, right? But maybe, he put himself in there. So I'm like, hey, he's confident in his abilities. he wants to see himself up there with those top guys, I can support him on that. I like Houston. I respect Houston as a team. I've always wanted to see them have something worthwhile at the quarterback position that wasn't doing dumb stuff or wasn't just absolute garbage. So it's nice to see Houston being more competitive in the AFC South. Now, don't get me wrong, they are dogs in the AFC South because Jaguars ain't going to stay low. They're not going to stay low for long because they got a quarterback there who definitely knows how. And I'm not saying a knock on nobody. I'm just saying he takes receivers and he turns some of them into something because he's got some arm talent on him. He puts good touch on the ball, and when you take the other Zay, what was that Zay kid's name? Zay Jones. It was Zay Jones. He took Zay Jones and turned Zay into something. He took Laquan Treadwell and made him look so good that we were like, "Hey, let's go get this body. Let's get this body here in the camp." That was Jacksonville. Then, of course, you go over to Indianapolis, and they got AR5 over there coming off an injury. We're not sure what we're looking at because he got injured last season. This dude could take the Colts and 2 USC wide receivers over there because he got dogs, good running game, solid defense. The South could be something this year. And, you got Tennessee. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to seeing Tennessee do anything, but they did take, they took from some of the best coaches to build their good, really good coaching staff. Because they got one of our, they got our corners coach or one of our defensive assistants they got over there in Tennessee.
Secondary coach.
Yeah. And then they got a really good OC over there. So you're going to see Tennessee is revamping what they look like as an offense, and they still got Nuke. So who knows? But they're missing, of course, a key piece that we stole, which is great for us. And it's like we talk all this stuff, and we hadn't even mentioned Derrick Henry and how he's going to change the game for us this season. He is going to come through and blast through players. And we're going to have a great change of pace because Justice Hill is still that unsung guy who's going to ball. He's going to catch passes out the backfield. If they incorporate more of him catching passes out of the backfield and operating in open space and being able to turn up and get those extra 5-6 yards that we thought we couldn't have, it's going to be nice to see, like, hey, Lamar's protected. Lamar's able to have the easy dump off, the check down option that he needs when he needs it, but also still having those deep threats and having Tez Walker and having Zay Flowers ball out. This is going to be an exciting season for us because we have all these different weapons and options. And then, of course, like I said, the big question for me has always been this entire offseason defense. I just want to see what the coaching looks like. Yeah, the personnel is there, but I want to see what the coaching looks like. All right. Who said – Brooke, what you talking about? Oh, Brooke says CJ Stroud said we also had the best defense. Okay, you're showing a lot of love. I did appreciate, the love that CJ had for the Ravens defense because he played against them. He recognized, like, hey, they come with it. They come with lots of respect there. So he's like kind of the exact opposite of Joe Shiesty, Whoever says, we don't know if CJ will have a sophomore slump. That's a lot of guys. That
You can include Jordan Love with that too because I don't know. He didn't turn it on to the last minute.
Yeah. So we don't know if old dude in Carolina might have a decent year. You know what I mean?
Who?
Was it Young? Who? Quarterback for the Panthers, Young?
Oh, Bryce. He might have hopefully he got some weapons. They got if they have an offensive line, he might do something.
Yeah, towards the end of the year, he started to kind of get his grounding. You don't know what's going to happen there. Plus, it's he's got an easy division.
He didn't see, but CJ walked into something that was a lot better established than Bryce. Bryce had nothing. They had no offensive line for him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have no receivers. None of the receivers can get separation.
Who was their running back again?
Other than that, they didn't have nobody on the outside.
Yeah, it was bad.
They got Deontay Johnson. They got Phelan. They got old boy from South Carolina that they drafted. DK. What's my man's name? I think.
I said the diss track is real.
That's trash. Both of them trash. They both need to stop rapping. Chill out. and
Dude, they gonna mess around and tear the Achilles over here rapping in the booth.
trash. They both trash.
That is funny, man.
That ain't nothing. I love Gus, but it's trash.
Gus can't rap to say, "Oh my gosh." I'm glad that our season wasn't on the line with Gus rapping. We
Trash.
would have never made the playoffs.
Trash.
We would have we'd have probably been put into the daggone Canadian Football League. That's how bad that boy skills is.
Boo boo.
He is terrible.
None.
Oh, and I messed around and listened to 3 songs, and I was like, oh my head.
Listen to 3, I couldn't get past 1.
I listened to 3 songs. I was like, you know what, maybe 1. Maybe he's just like warming up. Maybe he's gonna get a little bit better. Maybe he's gonna catch flow. No,
30
no,
seconds,
absolutely
and I was like, oh, no, this ain't for me.
dude, that dude has straight cheeks. It is terrible.
Yeah.
All right. Wilbur says, off topic, but do you think Caleb Williams will be productive? I have never hated a quarterback so much before he took an NFL snap.
Wow.
Huh?
Let him cook. Wow, what's wrong with him?
It's just he's just in the media. This dude is just everywhere. Cocky as all get out, man. I'm just like,
Bro,
I want to see him do well, but at the same time, like I can't wait till he gets like sacked a few times and welcome to the NFL, humble just a little bit,
within the last, I want to say, the last 5 years, maybe even further back than that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go 7 years. Last 7 years. When the last time you seen the first round draft pick, the first pick of the draft, that's a quarterback, that's humble? Name one of them. Not one. Not one of them. Every one of them is arrogant as all get out.
Yeah, Baker was definitely arrogant.
Kyler Murray was definitely on it.
Yeah, Kyler's cocky. He was actually just gonna play baseball instead. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. All those 3 definitely on it. He fit the bill. He's just another one.
I feel bad for Justin Fields.
Vanilla ice cream, Adi.
Yeah, I feel like Justin should have been that. Justin should still be there right now.
Hey G, thank you. I didn't say tell G. Thank you for telling me congratulations. I apologize. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Gus and Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
Vanilla ice. I didn't even see that. I thought he said vanilla ice cream. I thought it was vanilla ice.
Oh my gosh.
I think vanilla ice.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice by far. Being a bear about to humble him, yes. So I mean, they're building. They are building. At least they built around him better than they did Justin Fields. But it's kind of frustrating that Fields did not get that same respect. They could have had more this year if they had stuck with Fields and built even more around him. But they chose not to, and they decided to go with basically somebody who can do similar production.
They didn't draft him. They didn't draft him, bro.
Yeah.
That GM didn't draft him. So I thought, he had a short lease.
Yeah. No, you gotta have your guy, apparently, right?
You gotta have my guy there.
It's craziness. All right, so I'm a little calmed down now that I got my emotions out and did a little bit of hating. And, I feel like I got it all out. But I do think there's 5 reasons why Lamar is, why he shouldn't have to even answer for this stuff. Where this shouldn't even be a conversation. Number 1, the accolades speak for itself. Regular season or postseason, this dude just, he is a spectacular player. And for him to be voted, MVP 2 times is great. It's just fantastic. In the years that he was injured, yeah, he could have, it could have been something, but it wasn't because he was injured. But the dude is a phenomenal player, and he continues to improve each year. That's number 2. Reason number 2, he improves and he adapts based off the environment, based off situation. I'm pretty sure with him getting more of the keys to his offense, he is going to improve and adapt and adjust. And I think we're going to see those adjustments even in week 1 as I go to that Kansas City game with my son and talk trash to an 11-year-old while we stop and out of down. It's going to be great watching Lamar live making those adjustments. And it was even said on YouTube today, they was like, look, if you seen Lamar Jackson on TV and on HD and all that, he was like, seeing him on the field is just that much better. Because I seen him when he came to Kansas City, I think it was in 2019, MVP year. I flew up here from Wichita Falls. into Kansas City, and Lamar dropped the defensive tackle right in front of me. Dropped him to his knees. It was amazing.
Talking about when he
Yeah, he moved in and stepped back out, and you see this defensive tackle just fall at his feet. And Lamar cut up the field for at least about another 5-6 yards. It was a thing of beauty. I'm sitting here like, this is live, and I just saw this beautiful thing happen.
Yeah.
And then, it was just seeing him spin into the end zone and shake off the honey badger with like it was nothing.
Yeah, he breaking.
Yeah. So next is the number 3 reason that this should not be as big of a conversation. It's a team sport, and when I say team, I'm talking about coaching. I'm talking about decision making, and like I said, between Zay making his mistake, Lamar making his mistake, John Harbaugh with the entire scheme for that game, and them referees. There was so many factors into that loss, and it was frustrating as heck because there were still more chances to get back in that game even after all of that. Next is number 4, historical context. I think I mentioned this already. Manning, Elway. There are others who have made it to. They have made great strides in their career, but also been frustrated in the playoffs and just hadn't been able to get there. Give this guy a break because you gave those guys a break, and they will get there. Manning got there. What's his name? Dolphins dude.
Breeze.
Marino didn't get there. Breeze, like later on in his career, he got there.
Yep.
And then number 5, unique and versatile skill set. Lamar, you see it. He's the reason the door was open for all of these other players. Because that unique and versatile skill set, it has changed the way people look at the draft and how they evaluate players now. Caleb Williams went number 1 because of that skill set. You go back 7 years ago, Caleb Williams would have been probably 3rd round, 5th round, undrafted, because of the fact that they were like, oh, well, he runs. They recognize luxury yards now as something they need for their offenses, just like we have. Lamar changed the game. So they got to give this guy his flowers and give him a break, because as this game advances, he too is advancing. He will get better. And guess what? Pat Mahomes ain't going to stay on top forever. And I don't think he's going to repeat this year. Let's see.
I hope it's us in there.
All right. Wilbur says, I think Justin Fields went to the best team to get his best potential. If he starts, right now they got rough face over there.
Yeah, I'm agree with Wilbur on that though. I don't want I don't want Fields. I want him to do well for himself. So I do want him to hear. I believe he deserves something. Like I think by the middle of the season he might. I don't know if he's gonna get the start, but he gonna be ready to start. He might, if he come in for a couple of games for Russ because Russ is injured or something like that. Because I don't think Russ is just going to do bad. Like he didn't.
Yeah, I think it's I think about week 6.
Huh?
I give Russell to about week 6 before they consider. They start making it a conversation. All right, it is time to move into Justin.
They will do it because they got to figure out if they want to keep him. But I think that
they're both playing for a contract right now.
Huh?
Both of them playing for a contract. They both on the last years of their deals, basically.
But I think that I do agree with Wilbert on that though. I think that he's in the best situation because if he's a lot more humble than Kenny Pickett. I'm not saying Kenny Pickett wasn't in that way. In that aspect, I don't think Kenny Pickett honestly was a first round draft pick. He was the only reason he was a first round draft pick because there was really no. If you really think about that quarterback class, everybody else went in like the 2nd, 3rd round. Nobody went in the 1st round. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So Pittsburgh just was in a bad situation. They had to do something because Ben had just retired. So what
they went with the homer is what the thing was. That was their problem. They went with the homer. And because
you see him every day, so what you want to do? Had no choice. Got to pick somebody, right?
Yeah. I just feel like their heart was in it, and not their mind.
Their heart was in it, but that's because they didn't. Who else was there? There weren't any more quarterbacks on the board that was really good that were going to be coming out. Nobody else went in the first round.
That's when you trade for something, man.
Huh?
That's when you trade for somebody if it ain't there.
Yeah, but they're not notorious for trading for like making a big trade for a QB. You know,
I mean, like, you know, in my mind, I lose Big Ben. I want patchwork. If it's their quarterback's not there, I want a patchwork player to come through and still be able to be competitive. That holds me over to that time frame.
After somebody before they know.
Yeah,
and I honestly think they were going to draft Lamar, not in the first round, but I think it was because Mike Tomlin was upset that we picked him up. He was hot. So, he was like,
I mean, you know, when you get the opportunity to get him.
He looked because when we went back, he was like, all right, I forgot who said it. That was they used to play for them, and he said that, was in their front office, whatever. During the time, he said Mike Tomlin came back in there. He was like, all right, okay.
Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna have to beat Brooke to this button. I'm finna get there. Yeah. See if I can beat her to it. If I get to it on the screen, Brooke, you gonna let me?
Y'all gonna fight for the stop drop. You right, Brooke.
Bang! I beat her. I beat her to it.
Hey, slow motion.
I did it. So, with that said, hey y'all, I got an assignment for y'all. I need y'all to do me a favor. Like, I need y'all looking at the show. I see 20 people in the room. Just share this to your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram timeline. That way we can get up to 2,000 subscribers. Because right now not 2,000. We need to get to 1,200 right now. We're still sitting at 1,190. We've been sitting there for months. We lose one, we gain one. Y'all can help me get to 1,200 or help us get to 1,200. We really appreciate it. Oh, Brooke. Brooke says, it was a delay. You didn't win. You didn't win. That's what we see right here. She was slacking. Yeah, was slacking. And she's been trying to fire you, just so so you know.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. It's all good.
I was like, dang. I was like, girl, hang on. I was like, he working. He busy.
It's all good.
Fire his butt. But, you know, I appreciate y'all not firing us and just, you know, sticking with us, rocking with your boy. And we are continue just, I mean, it's just fun. We just enjoyed just doing this on a regular, chopping it up, talking about the show, you know, talking about each other and Brooks cooking and all that. So
take that day off podcast, get out of my face.
Yeah. Oh, but y'all stay happy. Us fall off the couch, man. We appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell. You know what it's doing. Yeah, and please make sure y'all go vote. We're gonna put the link in the description.
So got the link. You can send it to you again.
Yeah, send me the link. I think I got it in my chat, but yeah, send it to me on email. So just reply back to the email, and that way I can just place it straight from there. Okay. But yeah, come back.
Go to my Instagram. Sorry, I cut you off. Or you can go to my Instagram. The link is in my story as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, you good. So yeah, come through, come vote, and then at least share it to your timeline. Share this video to your timeline, and that way we can have more people in the room having fun with us. We'll have a good time, all right? So thanks for tuning in to the home of Original Sports Perspective. From our couch to yours, I'm your couch rider, Raven. My main man, Cam Root. We saying 2 claps. Fade to black.
Peace.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Couch Rider. We gon' ride out. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.